Saturday, and he repeated it 4 times. Coaches don't usually do that. Now, I thought about it. Every coach, of course, tells their teams behind closed doors they're going to win. But I love the confidence that Coach Siddle was trying to give to his team after a 2-game losing streak, heading into this huge matchup today with a double bye at stake for the CAA tournament.
Senior day is underway. Here's Tejada, first shot of the game. Rattles around and falls for the outstanding freshman for Towson.
He's listed 6'8". He may have grown to 6'9". Coach Scary said, I don't think I've recruited anyone in my 13 years as overall gifted with length and skill as Tejada.
Joaquin Phillips, also senior day for him. One of the outstanding performers on the Seahawk team who leads the CAA in steals per game. He's been awesome. Harden Hayes thinking of a deep shot and buries it on senior day. The North Dakota State transfer has got the triple.
Harden Hayes, a huge X factor in this game. Everyone knows about the big three, and there's the pressure of UNCW, and this is what they feed off of.
Rosarian White, one of the top performers in the league. Sure to be a first-teamer. Good pass, it's Harvey on senior day. And the student section loves it. Does not get a lot of playing time, but gets the start in his final home game. That's a pretty cool moment.
We talked about the energy in this game, the energy in this building, and UNCW's defense, and right there, another deflection. They want to press full court. They want to be disruptive. So far, so good for UNCW. Right there, you see
Phillips, coach, picks up the foul.
The effectiveness of Towson's defense, holding North Carolina A&T just to 21, but we got a key player down, Tark. Right there, you see the pressure of UNCW. Tark going down. But he's back in the game, didn't have to leave the game. That's a good sign for Towson.
Apparently okay. He's been such a key since he was declared eligible for Pat Scarry and Towson. Runs the show here in this half-court set for the Tigers. 10 to shoot. Tejada lost it. Active hands. Here's Harvey on senior day. He'll take it. Charles Thompson, one of the all-time greats in Towson history in every imaginable category, including career starts, has the stop there defensively. Tark misses long range, but Jones follows up for 2.
We see the identity of both teams early. UNCW's disruptive defense, pressing and denying, then the crashing of the glass by Towson.
Phillips on senior day has got his first bucket.
Yeah, Phillips is a power guard. He prefers driving over shooting. That was way too easy if you're Pat Scarry.
Some pressure for the Seahawks, and the Tigers across the timeline okay. Tejada's had some big games and some duds this year for Towson. Question is, which Tyler Tejada will Pat Scarry get today? Thompson told us pregame he's ready for a big one. Looking forward to taking on the crowd here. Jones battles. Did he travel is a question. Yes, he did. One extra step. Keith Fogelman, J.W. Lucas, Anthony Franklin, the on-court officiating for today.
The theme continues, though. Towson, you won't see this all night long. Jones attacking the glass, and you see a lot of football, rugged-type bodies on that Towson roster. Not only do they have a rebounding mentality, they're built for rebounding.
Good start, coach. Offensively, teams are combined 5 for 8. So lighten it up here on senior day at Trask. A.J. Jenkins, a little backdoor cut. Try to get it to Harden Hayes, but Thompson read it beautifully, but the outlet is thrown away and given right back to UNCW.
Possessions are key in a game like this. Turnovers are obviously key. That's an emphasis not only of ours over here as a key to the game, but Coach Scarry's been emphasizing that. And that pass was just way too nonchalant for Towson. They got to make sure of each pass.
Darviwa Suleiman, the IUP Division II transfer in for Pat Scarry for the first time. Valuable Tiger off the bench. As is Dylan Williamson, their fantastic redshirt freshman point guard. Always provides a Tiger boost off the pine. Jakeem Phillips, kick out. Here's Weiss. Can't click from 3. Tark long lefty outlet to Suleiman. It's a tough pass to catch. It's out of bounds, and the Tigers will retain possession. Fans at Trask Vehemently disagree, John. Actually, a foul, 2 on the play. Phillips first. 2 fouls on Shaquem.
Yeah, the crowd doesn't like that one, and they're seeing Suleiman run full speed, so they don't think it's the push that knocked Suleiman out of bounds, but his own momentum. And there's yet another turnover for Towson.
5 turnovers, Coach, here
So,
early going for Pat Scary's team. That's uncharacteristic.
It's very uncharacteristic, but UNCW started this year wanting to be a pressure team, and frankly, their energy has not allowed them to be that effective as of late. But we see that energy today. This is the style of play that Coach Siddle wants. Disruptive.
Trazarian White on a bounce. Harden Hayes had that huge 3 late in the Campbell game last week in Bowie's Creek to send it to overtime. White so smooth, top of the key. Too long. Harden Hayes, fresh 20 offensive rebound. White just a junior. Sure to be a first-teamer this year at the CAA. What a threat coming off that 38-point game against Campbell. Harden Hayes buries a 3. That's got to feel good on senior day.
And right into the press. Harden Hayes is an X factor for North Carolina, for UNCW. Doesn't have the stats of some of the others, but very talented.
May in the corner, Coach hits.
So that's the danger of pressing. When you trap in the backcourt, you leave someone open. Towson does a nice job attacking north-south, finding their best shooter wide open. May.
White nearly had a double dribble. Pat Scarry nearly lost it. That's what he thought the call was. Jenkins gets free beyond the reach of May, but misfires from 3. Another offensive rebound and a fresh 20 here for the home team. NCW hitting a cold streak here, having lost 3 or 4 entering the game here today. We want to finish strong on senior day before the shot. Foul call to return. Try to get that to go for Towson. We've got a timeout here in Wilmington, North Carolina. Vaquero Siddles, Seahawks, 10-7 lead on Pat Scary's Tigers.
So, how long have you lived here?
Over 40 years.
And how are the restaurants around here? Are they good, bad, meh? What's the average household income? Is there a mall? I don't know, a hair salon? Where do you get your hair done?
You gonna move or what?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a lovely neighborhood.
Marcy, we've got to go.
I'm coming.
We've got 17,000 more parks to visit.
You want to give me a hand?
We bring you the best neighborhood info.
Ding dong.
Homes.com.
Thank you. I didn't know you could get all this stuff on Uber Eats. You gotta remember that. Well, you know what they say. In order to remember something, you gotta forget something else.
Jen. Hey.
Hi.
Okay.
Can we not?
Oh.
Oh.
It's me.
Give me a hint.
Worked together for 10 years?
You were great.
You still don't know, do you?
I don't.
Right.
Like I forget 10 years of my life.
I hate this town.
Cleaning your dog's teeth can be hard. But not with Greenie's dental treats. Greenies, make health a treat.
We're Ram. And when trucks are what you do Truck Month better than anyone else. You do trucks that work harder and play harder. You do trucks that outperform in performance. And you do trucks that win by breaking every rule of what a truck should be. So this Truck Month, what you should do is drive a Ram. Trucks are what we do.
Oh, Hot Pockets Deli Witch, off you go to skate parks and school plays, art class and snow days, wherever kids need to be. Does my son have basketball at 3? Kids sure love you. This we know. Hot Pockets Deli Witch, just pack and go.
I can't hear.
You're watching March to March on CBS Sports Network, presented by Principals. So, Coach, what's at stake here? So much. The 4 seed is a big deal. You do not want to have to play on day 2 of the CAA tournament. You get yourself a double bye into the quarterfinals.
The double bye makes a huge difference. It's not only one less game you have to win, and every game in a conference tournament is tough, but there's also the energy factor. To win those 3 to get to the big dance, you don't want to expend a lot of energy on an extra round or 2. So a whole bunch at stake here in this game.
Ross into the game, first time for Towson here. What has been a hot start for the home team so far with a 10-7 lead. Martin Hayes leading all scorers with 6 points. He's had a couple threes on senior day. Inbounds play. So good for Pat Scurry. That inbounds offense out of the timeout, and Jones hits the layup.
Interesting chess match whenever Towson takes the ball out under their own basket. The first time Towson denied and switched, UNCW denied, switch, caused a turnover. That time Towson exploits the switch for an easy one.
Tom Mays, transfer Youngstown State, in for the first time. Remember, Phillips had the 2 fouls before the first media break. So Newby stays in to run the show. Hodges in and throws it away. And his first offensive set off the bench for the Seahawks.
Different approaches. Towson on defense, the people not guarding the ball are going to clog up the paint. On the other end, UNCW is going to extend, try to deny passes, try to create turnovers.
Williamson's been fantastic off the bench. Parr in for the first time, GW transfer, and a big guy, nearly 6'11", in the post for the Tigers. Lowry for May has 1 3 in this game already. Always a threat. And the leading scorer. Parr, nice take and a good finish for the big guy with the left.
Sometimes in a game like this, it's the guys off the bench like Parr that can be the difference.
Foul first before the shot from Newby. And John, a different team for UNCW without Shaquem Phillips running the show. He's got the 2 fouls. That really hurts Takeo Siddle's bunch, right?
Well, Phillips is an all-time great for UNCW, one of the best players in the CAA, so that is a huge factor, Phillips getting 2 fouls and not being on the court.
Tejada's back in for Towson. Baseline jumper, Newby can't click, and Parr's got the defensive glass for the Tigers.
Interesting thing, though, UNCW with a 5-for-5 hockey line type substitution, that really keeps them fresh with this pressing, effortful approach.
Lowry, 2 physical on the baseline, and commits the offensive foul. Kyle Lowry, the freshman, is first out of Bellwood, Illinois, Chicago East High School. 2 fouls, Tigers here, John, first half. Towson likes a slow pace. One of the slowest paced teams in terms of possessions with Ken Palm and their time on the court. This is the way they want it, half-court game.
In fact, Coach Scary told me he wants a quarter-court game. He wants it to be as physical as it can be. He calls the paint the red zone. Again, a big football mentality in the Towson program.
Ross to take. Runs into 2 Tigers, and it's blocked out of bounds, and 5 to shoot. Parr and Tejada all over. Ross on that take to the basket.
As Coach Scary would say, we got to tighten things up in the red zone. Nice rim protection there.
Parr's given Charles Thompson some good minutes off the bench to help the 2-time captain get some rest. And they'll need that today. Big effort from both big guys. Newby the miss. Ross the foul, commits the over-the-back foul.
I'm impressed with both teams right now. First, UNCW's energy. Their defensive energy has not been at this level in the past week. And it's a long season. You have lulls. And that's what Coach Siddle tried to explain to his team. He said, we can get that energy back. I believe we're an elite team.
He asked Pat Scary today about the importance of this game. And he said, look, 3 games in 3 days is such a big difference than 4 in 4 days to try to win it. Something Towson has never done. They've never won the CAA title. Been in really good events. They've been close. The Tiger program has not gone to the NCAA tournament since 1991. And a foul call. Jones picks it up.
UNCW does a lot of switching. That time Jones had the smaller Newby on him. He decided he was going to post him up, but Newby battled, fronted, and Jones got a little too physical with the elbows trying to get the ball against Newby.
Like you said, the Ravens and the Tigers, right? In the Baltimore area, it's a football first mentality with Pat Scary. It's a physical team.
Some
always
CA
has been their MO.
Yeah, some CA coaches tell me as soon as the jump ball starts, it's 1st and 10 when you're playing Towson.
Seahawks went for their last 9 from the field. The scoring drought over 3 minutes. 8 to shoot here for White on the perimeter. Newby with 5 on the timer. Spin cycle move, the pump fake in the paint. Can't get the roll. Defensive rebound for Parr. Towson doesn't like to run a lot, but it's going to be Williamson who will do that off a miss. Sometimes they made a basket too. He has got incredible court speed. Lowry on a bounce, looking for Parr, some contact down low. And we've got a timeout here in Wilmington, North Carolina. It's a 1-point game on senior day. Tigers have a lead on the road.
This is a payday bar. It's got tons of peanuts and a caramel core that get the job done. So you can think of it as a tool to be kept here, or even here. But definitely not here. It's not a pencil, people. Payday. Get to it.
I met with the TurboTax expert because I had 2 full-time jobs, lawyering and lambing.
Count on me, Mia. I'll file your taxes for you with 100% accuracy guaranteed.
Let a TurboTax full-service expert do your taxes as soon as today.
Hello, welcome to T-Town. Like men over 40 everywhere. These guys experience a drop in testosterone. Don't worry, it happens to all of us. Some guys took my advice about how to boost their testosterone, and some didn't. This guy got the message loud and clear.
That's right, Nugenix Total T.
Nugenix Total T is the unique patented formula powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to boost free testosterone, to help you feel stronger, leaner, with more muscle and drive. Nugenix is #1 doctor recommended, #1 at GNC, and #1 at Walmart. But you can only get your complimentary bottle by texting TIE to 321-321.
Thanks. It'll make you feel like a new man. And by the way, she'll like it too.
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text TIE to 321-321. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat incinerator ever. Absolutely free.
Hi, I'm John Fiorentino, inventor of the Moon Pod, a breakthrough in therapeutic relaxation that's changing the way the world sits. Moon Pod's zero-gravity technology helps to eliminate back pain, stress, and anxiety by responding to every inch of your body. And now, with the new Crescent Backrest and Lunar Leg Lift, Moon Pod will take you to relaxation levels that you've never felt before. Experience the difference at moonpod.co.
Neil Diamond always works, Coach. Always works. Sweet
Everyone loves it.
Caroline. Sing with me, John. Come on.
I won't go there. My talents are very limited.
All right, recent winners in the CAA tournament. We know Charleston, top seed this year. What a year, by the way, for Pat Kelsey. That is a dangerous team. Rain Smith had 10 threes. A record for Charleston, nearly a CAA single-game record, as the Cougars racked up the top seed.
Yeah, Coach Scary's been in the league 13 years. He said this is the best top 6 he's ever seen. You got 6 teams, all with very realistic goal of winning that CAA championship. But of course, getting the double bye will make it a bunch easier, as we've talked about, and that's what's at stake here today.
Here we go, John. Bum, bum, bum. I mean, it's fun. It's college basketball.
This atmosphere at Trask Coliseum is a blast.
You didn't think you and I would be singing our first game together, did you? By the way, it's Austin B with you.
Yeah, same here.
Back to basketball. Inbounds play. Thompson back in for Towson. Suleiman was an All-American at the D2 level. Tejada is the front runner for freshman of the year here in the CAA. Thompson gathers. Good feed. Suleiman follows and scores.
Good defense by UNCW, but no surprise, another second shot for Towson. We've said it in the opening. Their best offense is a missed shot.
Harvey for Takeda Center getting a lot of playing time here on senior day. White's been really quiet so far. The top scorers in the nation, challenged by Suleiman on the foul call.
Suleiman and Jones are charged. Suleiman and Jones are charged with guarding White today. They're not going to do a lot of switching, but what they will do is crowd the paint. They said White has to see a lot of jerseys in the paint when he catches the ball. They know he prefers to drive, but he's one of the best in the country at getting to the free throw line. This is his 210th free throw this year. That's number 1 in the CAA, number 17 in all of America. That's why trying to guard White without fouling is really key for Towson.
33 points, Coach, the first time these teams met. 13 of 22 from the floor and 7 of 9 from the line at 7 rebounds. What a talent, coming off a 38-point game, 2 games back in Boys Creek against Campbell. That was an incredible effort. 1 point shy of a school record, but they lost it in double overtime. And to show you how good Charleston is, the next game Campbell plays, Charleston beats them by 23. I mean, Pat Kelsey's team is good. So is Christian May, up, and away. The elevation hammer for Towson. Wow.
May, such a talent as a sophomore for Towson. He's their best shooter. It's rare you get a shooter with that kind of athleticism and length combined. A true 3-level threat.
Oh. Airmail pass. Harvey, the intended receiver. That's overthrown, incomplete. 2nd and 10.
So this is interesting over here. Full court pressure by North Carolina Wilmington. And they want Thompson, the center, to bring the ball up the court for Towson, not to wear out the Towson guards over 40 minutes.
Tahada, super frosh. The take, but no 2. Thompson crashes the glass. Leading rebounder for the Tigers. Authority, offensive rebound. It's out of bounds. And we know Towson's one of the best offensive rebounding teams, top 10 all year in the nation. Martin Igglesby, the Delaware coach, told us earlier this year, Pat Scarry's offense, their best offense is the missed shot.
Yeah, they're second best offensive rebounding percentage in the country, so they are truly elite at it. And when you scout them, you tell your team, hey, we got to box out, we got to battle them on the boards. So much easier said than done. No one's really done it effectively against Towson.
Hesitation for Tartt. No finish. Charles Thompson, case in point. 2-time captain and a blocked away. Loose change to Hada. Hill drive and blocking foul. The block charge, always so tough to call for the on-court officials. And free throws for the freshman.
And off another offensive rebound. The theme in this game is going to be very clear. There's the drive, and what they will determine there is that the defender's not there before Tahada puts his last foot on the ground outside the charge circle. But this year, you got to be there so early to have a charge called.
2 fouls, Harden Hayes, coach. 2 fouls now on Phillips as well for Takeo Siddle, so that's big. Tahada's got 1 more free throw here. Break down his game. Tyler Tahada, what do you think of this freshman?
So 6'8", 6'9", very skilled. And that combination is very rare. That's why Coach Scarry said he may be the most gifted player I've recruited at Towson in my last 13 years. So that's extremely high praise. And he's a 3-level guy. Threes, mid-range, to the rim. He is an unbelievable building block for Towson moving forward. He paired together with May, you got 2 elite wings, 1 a freshman, 1 a sophomore.
Exactly, they're both young guys. Tahada career-high 30 points against Monmouth earlier this year. It's been inconsistent for the freshman at times. But boy, he's on. He is tough to stop. McGriffin in the game for UNCW. Newby in the corner. Rattles in a 2. It's a deep 2 for Donovan Newby, his first field goal.
Newby read the closeout. When the defense runs at you, that's when it's time to drive and take your pull-up. If they come out slow, it's a 3. If they come out hard, you drive them. Good read.
Newby 1 for 4 shooting. That was way off. And an easy rebound for Newby. Newby to the basket for 2.
Wow. Newby went up against the much bigger Turk on that fearlessly. So I love the energy and physicality of UNCW matching that of Towson.
Tahada, the take. On a bounce. Suleiman in the corner. May thinking 3 up top. Hit the shot. We got a whistle. We have an and 1.
I think that's a time they're calling a foul on the drive. And it looks like a push-off against Tarp. Here's the earlier basket
Chase
by
Parr off the
Newby.
ball, picks up the foul. Count for 3 there from May.
There's the physicality of Newby going to the rim. When you play Towson, you have to go at them. You can't be backpedaling. Towson's going to come at you with a lot of strong bodies. They're going to try to win the red zone, be the more physical team in the paint. So UNCW matching that physicality right now. But Towson still with the 4-point lead.
Phillips stays out, 2 fouls. Harden Hayes, 2 fouls for Takeo Siddle. Hodge playing time here, in addition to McGriff.
Suleiman
off the screen, trying to get White free. Not easy against this physical, harassing Towson defense. Man, are they good in the half court. Take to the basket. Nothing for White. Best road defense in the nation, and we're seeing why.
Suleiman,
also possession goes here to the Seahawks coach.
Love Suleiman taking on the challenge of guarding Kazarian White, and you can see Suleiman has the physical size, strength to match up against White.
Inbounds to McGriff. Can White get going here? 0 for 4 from the field for the leading scorer for UNCW. Changes that with a very difficult hang and hit off the glass. That was sweet from Kazarian White.
You're not going to hold White down for long. He's physically and mentally tough. But Suleiman and Jones are high-level defenders, and they'll challenge him greatly.
Williamson kick out for Parr. Dylan Williamson can do it all for the Tigers. Here's Tark, the take. Can't hit. Parr trying to find the offensive rebound for the stick back. Mistimes the jump. Rebound McGriff. And Kazarian White is on the move. Newby thinking 3. Back iron miss. Hodge, strong rebound with Parr, gets physical. And you know this is going to be an emotional game on senior day. There's so much at stake. The number 4 seed in the upcoming CAA tournament. And a double bye to the quarterfinals goes to the winner. The loser has got to play on day 2.
Kazarian White will not be contained for very long. Relentless driving. Look for more of that from Kazarian White.
You're watching March to March on CBS Sports Network, presented by Principal.
The excitement of CAA hoops comes to our nation's capital as the 2024 Jersey Mike's CAA Men's Basketball Championship is back at the Entertainment and Sports Arena in Washington, D.C., March 8th through the 12th. Get ready for big shots, end-to-end action, and exciting finishes as 14 teams battle for a berth to the NCAA tournament. Get your tickets now at CAAsports.com/MVB to see which CAA team will be crowned in the capital.
Oh, Hot Pockets Deli Witch, off you go to skate parks and school plays, art class and snow days, wherever kids need to be. Does my son have basketball at 3? Kids sure love you. This we know. Hot Pockets Deli Witch, just pack and go.
TurboTax makes all your moves count, whether you bought a house or started an award-winning TV show.
That's right. We guarantee 100% accurate taxes.
She's good. That's Connie. Hey, Connie.
Hi there.
Are you seeing it? It's spinning. There's a whole swarm of them.
There was an historic hearing today on Capitol Hill.
とにかくまず今日は玉川に急いで。I told you to take Broadway. This always happens.
This is a payday bar. It's got tons of peanuts and a caramel core that get the job done. So you can think of it as a tool to be kept here, or even here. But definitely not here. It's not a pencil, people. Payday. Get to it.
Everybody wants super straight, super white teeth. They want that Hollywood white smile. New Sensodyne Clinical White provides 2 shades whiter teeth and 24/7 sensitivity protection. I think it's a great product. It's going to help a lot of patients.
All right, Coach, last time these teams met, great game, won by Towson. Last second, Tyler Tejada was the hero in suburban Baltimore.
Evenly matched game. And on this last possession, UNCW can't play much better defense than what they have right here. Here they cover the ball screen, they help in the lane, they force the kick out, and Tejada makes a tough one with the hand in the face. It's good defense, better offense, and Towson barely gets the dramatic three-point win. And we got a round 2 of this battle here today with even more at stake and the double bye in the CAA tournament.
Was that a smile from Tyler Tejada? He's a very stoic young man. Pat Scarry told us this year, we've covered a lot of the games, Coach, this year, and he said, are you alive? Is there a heartbeat? Let me check your heart, because he is a very cool customer. Even with a game winner, barely smiled there.
What I have found is those really calm guys, those are the guys you want in those super tense situations because they won't get tight. That's right. A good demeanor.
Good point. Good point. Newby runs the show here. Jenkins back out there, three-point ace. White has been silent so far. 1 for 5 from the field, trying to change that with a take to the 10. And does earn a trip to the free throw line. Against Campbell, Coach, in a 38-point game, this is the way he scored in the lane.
He loves getting the ball at 15, 17 feet, facing up. If you play off him, he'll take the short jumper. If not, he drives so hard. Really surprised Towson didn't give the freshman Lowry more help in the paint against White in that play.
One more free throw here.
Number 5, Noah Ross. Substitution for the Tigers, Tyler Coleman.
So 2 fouls, Lowry here in a 1-point game. Made 3 for 4 from the field. That's including 2 threes. And 8 points to lead the Tigers. Hodge over play. Steal in front of May. Hodge the take. And 1. And a chance for a 3-point play for Hodge.
That is what UNCW has been missing as of late. The defensive disruption, the denial, not allowing the other team to run their offense, and then letting their defense fuel their transition. That is Seahawk basketball. And Coach Siddle says, listen, we got this in us. We can get back to that level of energy, and we're seeing it here today.
3-point play for Nolan Hodge, sophomore from Greensboro at 6'7". Only 1 double-figure scoring game for him this year. That was 11 against Asheville. He played 18 games last year for Takeo Siddle. Seahawks finalist CAA tournament 2 years in a row. What about 2024? That's physical. That's the offensive foul. Tyler Coleman off the Towson bench. On his first offensive set, picks up the foul.
One of the most underrated things about Tazarian White is his toughness and his defense. Everyone talks about the 30-point games, but Tazarian White is a very good defender, both on and off the ball, and brings physical and mental toughness in addition to elite scoring. Special player.
10-3, Seahawk run. 5 points for White. 3 have come from the free throw line. Drives, baseline, some contact. But first a traveling call. And the Seahawks turn it over.
And that's more how Coach Scarry wants to defend the Tazarian White drives. With a lot of bodies in the paint, crowd him, don't give him the room to operate.
Towson, uncharacteristic 9 turnovers to this point of the game, and 4 for the Seahawks. Thompson been really quiet offensively. Always makes noise on the boards. Double dribble. And it's turned right back over to UNCW.
Substitution for the Seahawks, number 0, KJ Jenkins.
McGriff with the good job guarding Thompson one-on-one. If you got a good post defender, you don't have to double team. You're not leaving shooters open, and McGriff getting it done inside the red zone with the stop again.
3+ minutes, Coach. Scoring drought for Towson, a 6-0 Seahawk run. They'll put some space between themselves and the stubborn Tigers. Tremendous road team, especially with their half-court defense. As they say, Coach, do you ever tell us to your teams over the years? Defense travels?
100%. And it's true. Defense will keep you in every game. You're going to have shooting variations. Some nights the shots are not going to fall. But if your defense can be consistent, you'll be in every game. And once again, that's where last week UNCW gave up over 50% from the field. Did not have this kind of defensive energy, quite frankly, in the games at Campbell and at home against Hofstra. But we see it here today with the high seating for the CAA tournament at stake and senior day and the sold-out crowd. Great atmosphere.
One more free throw here for Jenkins. The New Mexico transfers. 5 Eastern, get ready to witness some elite footwork. 2024 CONCACAF W Gold Cup quarterfinals kickoff. Watch Mexico and Paraguay battle it out for a chance of this year's semifinal round right here on CBS Sports Network and streaming live on Paramount Plus. Still just a one-possession game. To follow up on that stat, Coach, 62.3 points allowed per game for Towson on the road. Second best in the country. How about that? Thompson frustrated, he couldn't finish, but does have a trip to the free throw line, and the foul on the block trip call is against Trazarian White.
For the Seahawks.
Trazarian White just inside the charge circle on that play. Both teams very good at pick and roll defense. As soon as these guards draw help defense, they do a great job hitting the roller. You have to guard the screen, but then you have to guard the rim. White was guarding the rim just a little too late and within the restricted area.
Thompson does struggle from the free throw line. Not a lot of things he doesn't do well. Pat Scarry told us a week ago in the tough loss to Charleston. They got absolutely crushed by the Cougars with 3-point shooting and 15 threes. And Charles Thompson is one of the greatest guys, not just players, but people he's ever been around. And I thought it was a great quote. He said, on senior day, there aren't enough roses to give Charles Thompson and his family to thank him for the great service. He stayed, right? Could have transferred, could have gone NIL to somewhere else to finish out his career, but he was a loyal Tiger all the way through his career.
3 cool stories. When the freshmen came this summer, Thompson asked, can I live with them to make sure they get off to a good start? There's White driving relentlessly. That's what he does. But the other thing Thompson did is he invites players over. He cooks for them. He attends the other team's games. He's Mr. Tiger. He could run for mayor in Towson.
I think he'd win. He would run and win. A foul called on UNCW, and Thompson right on cue is shaken up.
Yeah, Thompson got a little hand to the face on that, but his his level of toughness, that'll be nothing.
Charles Thompson at the line for Towson.
That stinks, Coach. You know that. Been around the game so many years. Sometimes you just get a shot right to the mouth or the nose.
It stings.
It hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts. And it's hard to see because your eyes are watering to shoot free throws after that. And he rattles it in. You were talking about that story with the app that the student athletes have at Towson. And you go to different events, softball, lacrosse, baseball, then you check in the app you went. And Charles Thompson, by far the most attended events of any student athlete at Towson on the Tiger app. Pretty cool.
Just so cool to see someone that involved on campus and supporting his young teammates, having them over, cooking meals for them. He'll really be missed at Towson after this amazing 5-year career.
Gets a couple free throws. So 3 points and 4 rebounds for the 2-time captain.
But I'll tell you, Chase Parr has given outstanding backup minutes off the bench for Towson today for Thompson.
Phillips has not returned after the 2 early fouls. Jenkins off the curve. Hits great.
That's called putting your player in position to succeed. Coach Siddle puts Jenkins right where Towson's supposed to be helping on the pick and roll. While they're helping, he gets open.
Williamson hits.
Towson with the quick answer. This is the back and forth game that we expected. High energy, close from beginning to end, I assume.
Newby feeds. Chance for a three-point play. Ahmad Harvey, seldom used on senior day, makes a big play for UNCW.
The previous play, they get a three from Jenkins. That time they stay on Jenkins. That leaves the rim open. Coach Siddle dicing things up with different options. Towson has to find the answer. Lead by 2 for UNCW.
UEFA Europa League knockout stage on CBS Sports Network and streaming live on Paramount Plus.
You were made for this.
The Chewy app has everything for pets. Hungry pets, itchy pets, scratchy pets, and most importantly, your pet. Everyday great prices and 35% off your first auto ship order. Right to your door. Download the Chewy app.
Do you know if you have milk right now? It doesn't matter, because now you live a life where fresh milk is always on hand. Your door to crisis-free breakfasts. DoorDash.
When enamel is gone, you cannot get it back, but you can repair it with Pronamel Repair. It penetrates deep into the tooth to actively repair acid-weakened enamel. I recommend Pronamel Repair. With new Pronamel Repair mouthwash, you can enhance that repair beyond brushing. They work great together.
With so many choices on Booking.com, there are so many Tina Feys I could be. So I hired body doubles.
30,000 followers, Tina, in a boutique hotel.
For 30,000 steps, Tina, at a mountain cabin.
Oh, Booking.com, yeah.
Chris came to TurboTax because
I switched gears from delivering part-time to streaming full-time.
So I made their moves count, filing with 100% accuracy and guaranteeing their maximum refund. Intuit TurboTax.
The chicken or the egg? The question isn't which came first. It's which comes with peanut butter. Duh.
Back-to-back Super Bowl champions.
The Kansas City Chiefs have won the Super Bowl. And you can get your hands on the official trophy collection, including the Super Bowl t-shirt, hat, and celebration towel. Shop now and get a special offer at NFLshop.com.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Principal. When you take care of your team, they take care of business. And by AT&T. We believe connecting changes everything.
It's emotional, Coach. You've been a part of so many senior days, senior nights in your career. What's it like from a head coaching standpoint?
It's extremely emotional. It's very emotional for the players playing, and what you really hope is that the team rallies around them. They feel it's very important to send them out with a great win. Of course, this is a great crowd. It could be a memorable senior day win over here for the Seahawks. That's certainly their goal, but the emotions run high on senior day.
Takeo Siddle told us what it meant to win 20 games 3 years in a row. It's a school record, as you just saw. Very significant milestone. Harvey fouled before the break, trying to complete the three-point play, cannot. And Williamson of the Tigers down 2, have it back. Whistle stops play. Coming up on AT&T at the half, we'll send you back to our New York studio. Join Brent Stover, Renee Montgomery, Wallace Zerbiak to get you caught up on a very busy day around college basketball. March is here, Coach. It's a great time of the year. In the CAA, this is a big positioning game for 4th place on the double bye coming up in the quarterfinals next week in D.C. But around the nation, so many big games going on. It's awesome. Curl set up. May doesn't pull the trigger this time. Williamson, pump fake in the paint, way off. Thompson kept it alive. The battle. A whistle will foul. And right back to the free throw line is the two-time captain, Charles Thompson.
So I'm going to stay with Coach Scary's football analogy. Watching Towson attack the glass is like watching the 85 Bears pass rush or the Steelers curtains pass rush. It really is. You know it's coming. And a guy like Thompson, it's just no one really does a good job keeping him off the glass. They're so physical as a group, and their culture takes so much pride in being the tougher team. And it's been the formula for success for Towson for a long time under Coach Scary.
Thompson, that unorthodox free throw release. Duh, Bears. Were you a Dickett guy, big fan?
I'm a Chicago guy, so.
Oh, there you go. Of course you are. I didn't know that.
That's the one team I'd say I'm actually a true fan of.
All right. Still a little bummed. Walter Payton didn't score a touchdown in that game, but the Fridge got one.
So cool.
You got your ring, Coach. I'm a Vikings fan. No rings. No rings for the Vikes.
NFC North.
0 for 4 for Minnesota in the big game.
So Towson, the poorest free throw shooting team in the CAA. UNCW, the best. That can be a big factor today.
Hodge the tape. Challenges to Hod, who has the block. The freshman says no with a swat. Tark lost the handle in transition, but does regain. And gets set here in the half court for the Tigers. Good hands from Ross. Thompson in no man's land. Menda Tark. The take off the glass. And we'll go to the free throw line. The transfer from Coppin State. Team's third leading scorer, 10+ a game for Menda Tark.
Tark is a Coach Scary kind of guy. He was on the All-MEAC when he played at Coppin State. He was on the All-MEAC defensive team twice. Led the country in steals for a year.
To your point, Coach.
And there's the free throw issue.
Yep, tops of the Seahawks. And Towson has flirted with last in the nation. And as Pat Scary has told us this year, nothing's free about free throws for us. It's an adventure at the free throw line. It's a team that really earns its keep defensively, and then second chance points are unbelievable for the Tigers.
But not making your free throws, obviously that's a negative in any close game, and this is clearly going to be a close game.
Towson 6 for 10 on the line of this game, and the Seahawks 5 of 8 to this point of the afternoon. Regular season finale in the CAA. We know Charleston's the top seed. The rest still to be determined. Laton Mays off the glass, can't click. Good hustle. McGriff tracking it down near the scores table on the sideline, gets it right back for UNCW.
Won't show up in the stat sheet, but that effort by McGriff gets UNCW a key extra possession, just tracking the ball down, knocking it off a Towson Tiger.
It'll be noticed in the film room, right? No doubt.
You want to recognize and celebrate those kind of effort plays because they win games.
Whistle off the ball, foul call. That looks like it's on Towson. So we know, Coach, Charleston is the top seed with their 14-3 league record. Drexel, Zach Spiker, tremendous year for the Dragons, and Hofstra have clinched the top 4 seed spot into the quarterfinals, skipping into the double bye. That is so important. The winner of this game gets the 4th spot. So much at stake to not have to play on Saturday.
Then on top of it, you have the extra psychological importance for UNCW because they're coming off 2 losses after having a great regular season. So they want to get that momentum back.
So you break it down. Cougars, Pat Kelsey, what a year. We know that the Dragons and the Pride, Tyler Thomas, certainly a top candidate for Player of the Year in the CAA, are in that top 3. Who gets the 4th spot is the question. Quite a 4-game win streak. Take on Charleston in the regular season finale. Tark, the long miss from deep. Newby left the paint, rattles around, somehow doesn't drop. And Jones has the defensive rebound, the transfer from Wofford. Played 4 years in the SoCon for the Terriers. A real good player off the bench for Pat Scary. Fits the mold, doesn't it? Todd almost lost it right in front of Takeo Siddle, 8 to shoot. 2-man game. Thompson gathers and finishes.
Well, again, Tahad at 6'8", playing the guard on the pick and roll and reading it perfectly.
Thompson, 5 points, 5 rebounds. Timeout at Wilmington, North Carolina.
Excuse me, would you mind taking a picture of us?
Oh, no problem.
Thanks.
Ooh, yes, problem. You need Verizon. Trade in that old thing and get a new iPhone 15 Pro with tons of storage, so you can take all the pics. So many selfies.
A preposterous amount of panos!
That means panoramic. And as many portraits of me as your heart desires.
How about none?
None, yeah, none feels right.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition and get iPhone 15 Pro and iPad and Apple Watch SE all on us. Only on Verizon.
Make sure to tune in to the 2024 Reese's College All-Star Game presented by Walmart on April 5th, live at 6:30 Eastern right here on CBS Sports Network. Going to be a fun game. Some of the best players in the nation taking center stage in that one. Nice two-man game a moment ago, John.
At 6'8", you don't see many players running the pick and roll that effectively, and the problem right there is rim protection. There's 3 things you got to do. Guard the screen, which UNCW did, but then you have to guard the rim. Easier said than done when it's a big fellow like Thompson rolling in there, carving out space.
Charles Thompson, 3 double-doubles, last 7 games for Pat Scarry. Nice roll off the ball. Layup missed. McGriff had a great crack at it. Thought about maybe dunking, maybe laying it up, and maybe in between. Couldn't quite complete the feat there. That's out of bounds on the baseline.
You're right, Dave. That was a layup, and that play has worked a number of times for UNCW.
We'll take another timeout here from Wilmington, North Carolina at Trask.
Business can happen virtually anywhere, but there's nothing like being there. At National, you can skip the counter and choose any car in the aisle. Even manage your rental right from the app. So you can give some quality time to a quality cause. Swing by to see one more customer and really get down to business. Go National. Go like a pro.
All right, Coach, if the tournament started today, this is what the 2024 CA Championship in Washington, D.C. would look like. We know one thing for sure. Charleston is playing incredible basketball for Pat Kelsey, a league-best 8-game win streak entering the weekend.
And, of course, that 4-5 matchup can switch over here with the UNCW win today. And, you know, we're talking about that double bye a lot, but it's that valuable to save your legs and only have to win 3 games versus 4 tough ones.
Cougars defending champs. Won a program record 31 a year ago. Jenkins in the corner on senior day. Didn't get a roll, and it goes out of bounds over the backboard. And right back to the Tigers here.
I like the quick shot, though, because the intent of that was to get a 2-for-1. Right now, because of that quick shot, UNCW is definitely going to get another opportunity.
Pretty good clock management, Coach Giannini. You know about that.
In close games, you need every extra possession you can get.
And Towson, such a slow operation in the half court. These Ken Palm numbers, they want this to be deliberate. Tart can't click, weak side rebound. Thompson again battling. And the senior can't come through this time. Nice rebound, though, from Coleman. And a foul call, a lot of contacts on the baseline.
I mean, a project is coming up with the best adjectives for Towson's offensive rebounding. Whether it's ferocious or relentless, I don't know if you can have enough adjectives for how hard they go after the glass.
Bring out the thesaurus, John. I'm sure we have it on apps now, right? Used to actually carry one around. Coleman has one more free throw. We know that Towson is one of the top offensive rebounding teams in the nation. The rebound percentage in the CAA is tops best in the CAA, and how about this, 3rd best in the nation behind 2 SEC powerhouses.
Yeah, they are elite. They use this to get multiple extra possessions per game, and of course, the more chances you have to score, the better your chances of winning. But they better start to make some free throws. This has plagued Towson all year long.
It's an issue. They do have 10 offensive rebounds, by the way, in this game so far today. Final moments. Phillips is back in after being out almost the entire half. Coaching basketball, it is so important to have one less day where a lot can happen in the conference tournament, right?
1,000%. It's not only one less game to win, it's conserving energy for 3 really tough games that have to lead to what you hope is an invitation to the big dance.
Really big half unfolding here at Trask. Tark up top, thinking three, way short. Raises the front iron. May trying to track down the rebound, but Jenkins has got it. Phillips starts the second half with the 2 fouls. Really limited in playing time for Takeo Siddle in the opening 20. Only 1 field goal and only took 1 shot in the first half for UNCW. He's the team's second leading scorer. Here's White, the leading scorer. Not a good start, not a good game so far for Cesarian. He's 1 for 8 from the field.
No, interesting decision by Coach Siddle to save Phillips for the second half. It should pay off now.
Tark, baseline, short, battle, tries again, tipped up and in. Jones, and he's hurt, John.
That's significant, obviously. Jones doing a great job defending Cesarian White. Seeing Suleiman sharing that responsibility. It would be tough to try to go the whole half virtually with just 1 person on Cesarian White. Plus, if you're a little hobbled, boy, that now guarding Cesarian White's nearly impossible.
See what happened. Really came down awkwardly on the left ankle, it looked like. And then, that's Jones falling on a Tark, yeah. my mistake. So he falls down onto Tark, and that's when it got shaken up.
Yeah, sadly, we have this football theme because it reflects the toughness of Towson, but that is like a football, a guy rolling up on another one's legs, and hopefully Jones is okay.
Tamiwa Suleiman has returned for Pat Scarry. White's stats, not great.
So
one of the top players in the country.
Suleiman can help win this game without scoring a point.
Nice take, Jenkins for 2, not just a 3-point shooter.
If Suleiman can continue to contain White, he could be the most valuable player in this game for Towson.
Cesarian White averages almost 20 a game. 4th best scorer in the CA. He has been blanketed today. A reach for Jenkins on May, commits the foul.
So how about Jenkins, the best shooter for UNCW, but when people respect your shot, this is interesting. The better your shot is, the more athletic you become. I love that saying, because the better your shot is, the closer people got to guard you, makes it easier to drive. The better you shoot, the more athletic you become.
85 threes for Jenkins. Entering play, top 5 CAA. Threes made. Leader Rain Smith, Charleston. What a year he's had from deep. Thompson down low off the glass with the right.
Charles Thompson for Towson.
So the reason you want to be strong is what happens when there's a collision. When there's collisions with Thompson, it's always the other guy that moves and he gets closer to the rim.
Good slip, good feed.
Coach Siddle dials up a nice set play with a screen across the lane and perfect timing that gets Harvey an easy one. Harvey only averages 1.3 points a game, but on senior day,
he's playing a lot here, Coach.
It's out the window on senior day.
That's right. He's got 6 points. He's a good look in the half court. Tahada open on the baseline. Thought about a 3. Tark is never shy. Coppin State transfer floats. Doesn't get a roll. Somehow that comes off the rim. Harden Hayes has the rebound. Here's White. He'll drive, reverse layup, too strong. And Thompson tracks down another rebound. He's got 7 boards in the game today. Tahada's running. Not offensive minded today. This guy's put up 30 in a game against Monmouth. His career best earlier this season. Suleiman is fouled.
And there's Towson once again attacking the paint, attacking the red zone.
That's his second. Team's second.
Towson super physical. And that was really that easy shot. How did UNCW get that? Thompson got hit with the screen across the lane, and the timing was beautiful because if that pass was a second slower, Thompson would have recovered. That's half-court execution for UNCW.
Suleiman, one more free throw. I stand corrected, by the way. Tyler Thomas leads the CA, of course, in threes, not Smith. 111 threes made entering the weekend. Smith had 94 and 99 for Gabe Dorsey of William & Mary. I'm just thinking about that huge game Smith had against Campbell. With 10 threes, right? Unbelievable.
Tried the screen across the lane again, but this time Thompson's ready for it.
Back cut. Try to feed that to Harvey. And Williamson returns. Tejada's out. Redshirt freshman for freshmen. Parr is in. Thompson takes a seat for now. 7 points and 7 boards for Pat Scarry.
Coach Scarry giving Thompson a break right before the media timeout, so it becomes an elongated rest for him. Very smart.
Can White get going here? Through traffic, hangs and hits. Maybe so. Only his second made field goal of the game and a chance for a three-point play.
And that is vintage Tazarian White. Driving. For some people, this looks off balance, and he can jump off either foot. He can shoot with either hand. And sometimes he jumps off the wrong foot. For example, that time he jumps off his right foot and shoots with his right hand. That's very unnatural. But the coordination and that White has makes him unique that way. He makes off-balance shots better than anyone in the country. I've talked about this with Coach Kanaski, assistant for UNCW, who's coached 40 years with Coach Siddle. Neither can remember a player who can make off-balance shots the way White can.
38 points against Campbell for White, second best to Tyler Thomas, who had a 40-point game against High Point in non-con for Hofstra and Speedy Claxton. Williamson launches a three, Parr contact, and a foul is called down low against UNCW.
So this is something fascinating to me. Towson sends 4 or 5 people to the glass. They don't have anyone back on defense, but it's so hard to get a rebound against them that you don't see people run on them very often. Coaches don't talk about running when they're playing Towson because they're just so worried about getting a defensive rebound.
Harvey out, 3 fouls, partner, and May is out of bounds on the sideline, turns it over, and right back to the Seahawks here. 11 turnovers in the game for the Tigers. It is a ferocious defense. Fantastic. Tops in the CAA, the rebound margin. We know about the offensive rebounding, but man, they absolutely do great business on the defensive end of the court.
Towson's identity, defensive rebounding, that's what they want to win with.
Harden Hayes can't click. Really good look on the ISO, but too strong back iron miss. Tart, the high post screen from Chase Parr, thought about a three. Here's May, open for three. Rattles around and falls. Every part of the rim, and down it goes for his third three of the game.
I'm amazed when people have soft touch on 24-foot shots.
Shooter's touch,
How
John.
do they do that?
Shooter's touch, and we have a double-figure score alert. First time of the game. Anyone 10-plus points for May. He's got 11 after another three ball. White travels and turns it over, leading us to a media timeout. We expected a great game on Saturday. We're getting it one possession. Tigers on the road had the lead, looking for that 4th seed in the upcoming CA tournament. Christian May looking for the three. Hits it, gets the roll. You're watching March to March on CBS Sports Network, presented by Principal.
Every March, Jersey Mike's turns money from subs into charitable donations.
And March 27th is Jersey Mike's annual day of giving, where 100% of sales from every sub are given back to the community.
Join us for Jersey Mike's Day of Giving. Be a sub above.
This is a payday bar with tons of peanuts and caramel that get the job done, so you can think of it as a tool to hammer your hunger, cut your appetite in half, and demolish your urge for peanuts. Payday. Get to it. Also try chocolatey payday.
What's my safe flight story? I'm a photographer, and when I'm driving, I see inspiration right through my glass. So when my windshield cracked, it had to be fixed right. I scheduled with Safe Flight Auto Glass. Their experts replaced my windshield and recalibrated my car's advanced safety system. Safe Flight is the one I trust. They focus on safety, so I can focus on this view.
Safe Flight Repair, Safe Flight Replace.
Nice ride.
It's the real deal.
It's the real deal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course. Enjoy your coffee. Careful, it's hot.
Thanks.
Your dog's so cute.
Yeah.
Ooh, so adorable. Wow.
Right.
There's only one Christopher Walken and only one ultimate driving machine. The rest are just imitations.
Come on.
When you're the leader, disaster cleanup and restoration, how do you make like it never even happened happen?
By being prepared for anything.
Serve pros like it never even happened.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your sub right in front of you. Watching that always takes me to my happy place. Wait a minute. Jersey Mike's is my happy place. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
All right, Coach, let's see who had today's expert moves brought to you by Principal. Christian May has had himself a game so far for the Tigers, hasn't he?
Well, the three sets up the drive. He gets a switch onto the bigger Harvey, and you don't see many shooting specialists with the kind of length and athleticism that May has. He is another one of these exceptional young players in this game that has a great future.
15 points in the win over North Carolina A&T, part of the two-game road swing in the Tar Heel State for Pat Scarry and the Tigers. Final day of the regular season. Can't believe it's here, Coach. We're into March. Let the madness begin. Thompson handles up high. Here's May thinking three. Way short. Grades the front iron. Thompson the stick back. Crashing the offensive glass again. 8 rebounds, 9 points.
When you combine strength with just the will that we see from Thompson, and your leader sets a tone for everyone else, and Thompson certainly sets the tone for rebounding and toughness for the Tigers.
Phillips the take. Hangs, can't hit, way too strong. Griff a hand on it briefly, and May comes away with it. Thompson, third leading rebounder in the CAA entering play today, 8.3. All-time leader, Tiger history in career games played. What a Towson legend. And out of bounds is Tejada. They turn it right back over.
Yeah, remember, as good as Towson's rebounding is, every time they turn it over, they're basically sacrificing one of these rebounds. So it's the ball security and pressure of UNCW that's getting them extra possessions. Towson's getting them through the offensive glass, but at the end of the day, they're neutralizing each other.
Tigers coach enjoying their largest lead of the day here. Kazarian White and Shaquem Phillips, they combined 3 for 12 from the field. That's got to change for Takeo Siddle here in the second half. Battle for it, right back to Towson.
Well, besides Williamson, everyone out there for Towson's 6'5" and bigger. So when UNCW is driving, they're driving into not only a lot of traffic, but a lot of length. And really, besides Jenkins, who's not in the game right now, or there he is, under the, yeah, you know, Jenkins is not in the game. Besides Jenkins, UNCW really doesn't have a floor stretcher to stop Towson from packing the lane.
Which they do so well. Here's May to catch outside the arc. 10 to shoot for Thompson. Tejada double team. Somebody's open. On a bounce for May. 4 on the timer. Christian May will drive. Hang, can't hit. White blocked it. It's a goaltend. Count the basket for May. He's up to 13 points.
White frustrated, but on the first look, it looked like a good call. And he probably didn't need to do it because I don't think this shot was going to go in. Ooh.
Would have been way short.
Now it's interesting, though, because they called that goaltending. They could review that at the next media timeout.
They can. And Takeo Siddle is reminding the officials of that.
And if they had not called it, so as an official, if you're not sure, you're better off calling it than not calling it. So even though the crowd might be displeased, they could end up being pleased in the end.
Harvey getting extended minutes here. White, foul. Runs into Tyler Coleman, the junior from Woodbridge, Virginia, who picks up his second foul in the game.
Jones coming back in the game. He tweaked his ankle a little earlier. That's why Coleman finds himself in there.
White, fourth leading scorer in the CAA entering play here today. 33 the first time these teams played. 38, we told you about that against Campbell. Double figures in every game this year, all 28, looking for 29. So Traz-tastic. I love the graphic. He has been great, except not so much today on senior day. Been a struggle, 2 for 10 from the field. Does have 5 points, 6 from the free throw line.
Well, Jones and Suleiman have been battling him, but the rest of Towson has been clogging the lane so that Tazarian White just sees a lot of bodies. But look at the great scores. Tyler Thomas at Hofstra, Landon Glasper at North Carolina A&T, Xander Rice at Monmouth. So many of the top scorers in the country in the CAA this year. When Tazarian White's your 4th leading scorer, that's pretty good.
Spin move, Williamson, but no finish. And a battle down low, a lot of contact. Thompson down there with a scrap. Battling with Amar Harvey on senior day, who picks up his 4th foul. Possible hook and roll. What do you think? Whoa.
Yeah, he wrapped his elbow around him and moved him under the basket, which will be frustrating for UNCW because Thompson does a lot of moving of people down there.
Foul called, inbounds play. Illegal screen. That goes against Williamson on the inbound play for Towson. By the way, White does have another double-figure game. He's got 10 after the 2 free throws a moment ago. Pat Scarry told us today how difficult it was going to be to try to contain him. Half-court defense, stellar as always. Parr is back. Thompson takes a seat for now for Pat Scarry. Why have they been so effective, John, defensively against Tazarian White today?
Again, I think a lot of it is the effort individually of Jones and Suleiman. They're strong, they're long, they're quick, but it's all the bodies that Towson's putting in the paint so that he doesn't see a driving path.
Phillips challenges Parr. And over the big for Towson, floats and scores.
So let's sing Phillips' praises. Top 10 in the CAA in assists, steals, points, assist to turnover, field goal percentage, free throw percentage. Wow. What a winner Phillips is. They missed him a lot in the first half, sitting out with foul trouble, but they got him the whole second half. Now,
3rd leader in the CAA in field goal percentage for guards. Amazing, almost 52% for Phillips. Tejada does it from 3 for Towson. Tyler Tejada the bomb.
One of the hardest things to defend is a pick and pop with a big guy who can shoot. If you don't switch, if Tejada's man helps just a little bit, boom, he pops back for a 3. Really hard for UNCW to defend.
30-point game against Monmouth, the first since Nicholas Timberlake got 34 against Charleston in 2023. A huge record-setting type day for Towson in the win over the Hawks. Shaquem Phillips. Here's White. Declines a 3. Drives instead. A lot of contact and earns the foul. Some free throws when we return to Trask in Wilmington, North Carolina. 6-point lead for the Tigers, trying for their 19th win of the season. Phillips, this was nice. Floater over Parr. You're watching March to March on CBS Sports Network. Presented by Principal. Tejada hits a 3 for the Tigers.
The excitement of CAA hoops heads to our nation's capital as the 2024 CAA Women's Basketball Championship, presented by Primus, comes to Washington, D.C. March 13th through the 17th. Get ready for dramatic moments and thrilling finishes as 14 teams battle for a berth to the NCAA tournament. Get your tickets now at CAAsports.com/WBB to see which CAA team will be crowned in the capital.
A moment like this, or this, puts you in rare air. Getting there requires a whole other level of confidence. Not to mention the right equipment and the right training. And the pros who ascend to the top of their field, trust Werner, the official ladder of NCAA March Madness.
So, I hear some of you are concerned about the fact that I'm taking over the company. Well, rest assured, company's in great hands. Marcy, hit the bid. Homes.com, we've done your homework. Now that is worth celebrating.
I love it.
Thank you.
Homework. Very clever. Very clever.
Ding dong. Homes.com.
The overtime went into overtime. What do? You turn to DiGiorno to be MVP. MV Pizza. Fresh baked taste. The win and move. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Fast Twitch Energy Drink. Feel the energy. Find your speed. With 200 milligrams of caffeine, 0 sugar, and electrolytes. Start fast with Fast Twitch. How Gatorade does energy.
Our score coach is different. The goaltend wiped out after the replay, as you correctly predicted it would be. It's now 44-40.
Good officiating. If they make the call, they can review it. If that was a no call, you don't have a chance to necessarily make sure you got it right. Excellent officiating.
So a 4-point lead for the Tigers and Tyler Tejada. Tomorrow morning, 7 Eastern, start your day on the pitch as we head across the pond for an SFPFL kickoff. Don't miss the Heart of Midlothian take on table-topper Celtic right here on CBS Sports Network, 7 a.m. Eastern. Set your alarms. I always set 2 alarms on the phone on the road just to make sure, you don't miss the flight.
Yeah, you got to make sure.
Sometimes 3.
Does it usually
go
go
off? You hit snooze. In this case, you got to set it for like 6:50. Get your TV and watch something.
Well, you're all over the place. You got red eyes and whatnot. I don't. I'm sleeping fine. You're pressed to get some extra rest.
White foul before the break. Successful trip to the free throw line.
2-point game, but Towson's rebounding, they're plus 13. Their defense, they're holding UNCW just 37% from the field. So Towson up to their identity of defending and rebounding.
McGriff, nice job to break it up, and then a foul called. Jones and Thompson, the loose change, and it goes right back to UNCW. Jones picks it up. 3 fouls on Messiah Jones, the senior.
And that's important because he's been huge in challenging Tazarian White, making it hard for him even to get the ball.
Phillips about 4 assists per game. Leads the league steals as well. He's had a tremendous season. Quiet today because of foul trouble. Here's White trying to make some noise. That's where he makes his business.
They ran a real tricky action on that, and Tark had to have an emergency switch onto Tazarian White, and he's too small. White just goes right up over him.
14 for White. Only 3 made field goals in the game. And a great one from the free throw line, 8 for 9 so far. A whistle in the corner. 9 points for White in the half. You and I spoke at halftime. Of course, he's going to have a great half for Towson and half number 2 for them to win this game.
Yeah, there's White going up against the smaller guard, and then White also getting it done defensively.
Right, this is that goaltend, Coach.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we document that for our viewers. So made the shot, and it was close. We watched the replay. It was called a goaltend live. It is reviewable, and they took the 2 points away from Christian May.
And again, White's defense and toughness is overshadowed by his scoring ability. All those 30-point games, but you forget what a good defender he is sometimes.
Williamson back iron miss. Pat Scary's beside himself. We thought for sure there was a foul on the rebounding position against UNCW. And a little surprised he didn't get a tee. Jones picks up his 4th foul, Jones.
Again, good officiating, not overreacting to Coach Scary. Let the let the players decide the game. And here's the replay. Lots of contact.
It's a tough call on Jones. I'm with Pat Scary there. I don't know how he's the guilty party. So he's still letting the officials hear it.
Tazarian White, his ability to get fouled or make it look like he's fouled.
Good point.
Is pretty
the latter,
good.
I think,
Yeah,
on that
yeah,
particular play. Newby on the court here for Towson. All tied up. 4th seed in the upcoming tournament on the line. White drives, hangs. No roll this time. Loose change, Phillips, a fresh 20, and kicks it out for Newby. Hits a deep shot over to Hada. Newby for 3. And Trask reacts. Loudest it's been today. Thompson trying to quiet the sellout crowd. The back end with a right. The finish. Double figures for Charles Thompson. Timeout.
Newby has the bigger guard on him. Tejada measures him up. They're giving Newby some space right there. Newby knows just what to do with it. The bigger guy on you, take advantage of that space to knock it down and give UNCW the lead. Up by 1. Great game.
Out there are 2 colossal beings, both forces of nature in their own regard. But in here, as soon as the chute bursts open, the duality of man and beast begins to fade. This is the PBR on CBS Sports Network.
I bought 3 of the same jacket to get the 4th free.
I subscribed to get a deal on these memory supplements, then forgot to cancel.
Well, you know, recognizing a bad deal is a part of the journey. Yes, Eva, would you like to share your breakthrough?
I got AT&T's best deal on the new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus and got to choose my plan.
Yes, we don't make you sign up for the top tier plan to get our best deal.
I still haven't gone. I subscribed to get a deal.
Get the newest Galaxy on us with any of our best plans, guaranteed.
We're making a big change to Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. We're adding a delicious layer of caramel.
I love caramel.
But we're only making a few of them. A few million.
Wait, are you still selling the regular cups?
Yup. New Reese's Caramel Big Cup.
Yes! Oh, Hot Pockets Deli Witch, off you go to skate parks and school plays, art class and snow days, wherever kids need to be. Does my son have basketball at 3? Kids sure love you, this we know. Hot Pockets Deli Witch, just pack and go.
As a military veteran, I applied a lot of my discipline to my sales job. My paychecks are great, but commission can be unpredictable. Now that I have Chime with Spot Me, they can cover you up to $200 in between paychecks with no overdraft fees. Join me at Chime.com.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Under Armour and by Geico. For all your insurance needs, it's easy to Geico.
2 years ago this month, double overtime, UNCW beat Middle Tennessee when the CBI took care of led the Seahawks, their first ever postseason title in men's basketball. Let's revisit Coach Urquiz.
Well, neither team is living up to what they should do. On the other hand, they're lucky the other team isn't either. Towson's turning it over, but UNCW is getting beat up on the glass. So we have a close game. Both teams are playing to their strengths and having a hard time limiting the opposition. It's turning out to be very even.
Great game. 5 ties, 5 lead changes. And the Seahawks by a single digit. 4th place, upcoming CAA tournament on the line here. Double by the quarters. It's a huge game. White stumbles, lost the rock, and travels and turns it over. 7th miscue of the game for UNCW.
The help by Thompson on that play was spectacular. They had Tazarian White open driving off the screen, but Thompson jumps out and stops the drive. So a good defender stops one person. a great defender can stop two people. That time Thompson stopped his own man and Tazarian White. Get this, Coach Siddle said he is the best ball screen helping recover defender I've ever seen. Wow.
High praise. From two coaches.
That's right.
Pitts, Phillips, read it. As foul. Williamson, the contact. Kane Phillips. Big interception, almost had the pick six there. What's at stake? We talked about it throughout our broadcast. Loser goes to just a single bye and plays Saturday at the upcoming CAA championship in Washington, D.C. The winner gets all the way to the quarters, the double bye. That is huge. One spot left in that top four. Charleston, Drexel, Hofstra already there. One more free throw for Phillips on senior day.
The winner will have psychological momentum, but also physical rest. It's a big deal physically, mentally, and mathematically, only having to win 3 versus 4. But that steal by Phillips, that's what I saw from UNCW in the win at Kentucky throughout the early part of the CAA regular season. The ability to turn people over, pressure, be disruptive, that's what they've missed in their last 2 losses. It's back today.
Not how you start, it's how you finish for Phillips. Saddle foul trouble first half, barely played. Thompson, nice catch at the free throw line. Can't finish with the left. Battle ensues. Suleiman, the stick back for 2.
Coach Siddle told his team yesterday at practice, when the shot goes up, that's when the real game starts. Our work isn't done till we get a defensive rebound because Towson's going to be relentless.
15 offensive rebounds to 10 for UNCW. 15 for the Tigers. Hangs on the rim forever. The stick back. Harden Hayes. Was it basket interference? Let's find out.
It looks like they're calling a foul. Is it on Harden Hayes? Let's see. I didn't see it.
Fans disagree on the interference call. Tart. Battle. No whistle. Phillips trying to find the handle. Comes away to White.
Man, the officials let them fight in that scrum. Again, that's like one of those football plays. All the guys on the fumble in that
theme,
pile.
It's your theme all day with Pat Scarry.
Well, it's real. But that time, UNCW wins the scrum.
Phillips in some trouble with 5 to shoot. Needs a bailout. Gets it from Harden Hayes. Elevates. Hits a 3. On senior day. And Trask is tremendous. It's rocking here. Williamson again trying to quiet the crowd. Drives and scores off the glass.
Such a response by Williamson. And his key there is going opposite the screen. Jenkins expects him to go left. The screen is left, so he bursts right. The first option on a pick and roll is not to use it, to go opposite if you can take the defense by surprise.
How about another one? Oh! Oh! Harden Hayes for 3 and 1. And this place is going bonkers.
Jersey Mike's freshly slices your sub right in front of you. It has a rhythm.
This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh, yeah.
Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Fast Twitch Energy Drink. Feel the energy. Find your speed. With 200 milligrams of caffeine, 0 sugar, and electrolytes. Start fast with Fast Twitch. How Gatorade does energy.
Hey, I'm inside the bank.
What?
I don't have much time. Where's the $500?
I said drop your bank and get Dave. The banking app.
What?
There's an easier way. Oh, she going to jail. You can get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less when you download Dave.
Welcome to this year's cheese rolling competition.
Who will catch the cheese and win the $500 prize?
Ooh, looks like we got a first-timer coming down the hill now.
Barrel rolling down the hill.
That's going to leave a mark. Yeah, it is.
There's an easier way you can get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less when you download Dave.
You really can't overstate the gecko's influence on culture.
He's got cartoons, breakfast cereals, the best advice.
Geico can help protect your home and what's in it.
When I see him helping people, I'm full of pride and joy.
He influenced an entire generation.
But the shoes are iconic. I'm getting married in these.
He's touched so many lives.
I mean, just look at us.
From cars to home to jewelry, it's easy to Geico.
Choose Advil Liquid Gels for faster, stronger, and longer-lasting relief than Tylenol Rapid Release Gels. Because Advil targets pain at the source of inflammation. So for faster pain relief, Advil, the pain away.
Every March, Jersey Mike's turns money from subs into charitable donations.
And March 27th is Jersey Mike's annual day of giving, where 100% of sales from every sub are given back to the community.
Join us for Jersey Mike's Day of Giving. Be a sub above.
Coming up next, we bring you back-to-back A-10 tip-offs. Rhode Island hosts St. Louis, followed by VCU visiting Richmond. That's a great rivalry. We consider Richmond at 6 Eastern, then at 8 o'clock. Out to the Mountain West we go. New Mexico takes on Boise State, followed by San Jose State. Facing red-hot UNLV. Catch it all on CBS Sports Network. We're getting the official call here. And we'll get that to you in a moment as we check the A-10 standings. Richmond on top with a 13-2 record. What'd you hear, Coach?
The call's going to stand. They said it was offensive basket interference, so it stays a 5-point game.
Interesting. Student section is awesome here, especially Elf.
Highest level. What an atmosphere.
All right, here's again. I mean, it's off the rim for me.
I don't understand how that basket doesn't count.
Harden-Hayes sure doesn't.
Yeah, unless they thought it was touched before that while it was on the rim. Now, speaking of Harden-Hayes, how about the three-point shooting and this potential 4-point play over here?
He's 4 for 4, John, from deep, and 12 points. What a way to wrap up your home career at Trask. NCW's largest lead has been 6, so a chance to match that here if he can complete the 4-point play, which he does.
So in the CAA tournament, if the big three of White, Phillips, Jenkins becomes a big 4 with Harden-Hayes, UNCW can go all the way in the CAA tournament.
I agree. We've been in the final game 2 years in a row. Haven't won it. Last 2. Jones a battle. Turns it over. Pressured by Jenkins. Back to the Seahawks.
And again, this is Seahawk identity. They lost it for a little bit in the last 2 games. 17 turnovers by Towson.
It's a lot.
Huge key to the game. If you told Coach Scary you're going to have 17 or more turnovers, he would probably say before, yeah, we can't win that game. It's going to be tough, but credit the UNCW defense. And this is their identity. They want a pressure full court. They want to deny passes. They want to extend their defense. They want to pressure the ball. But today they got the energy to really make it work.
17 miscues for Pat Scary's team. Their season worst in that. Stats 22 in a single game this year. You're right. They only average 12 games. So that's a shocking number for Towson. Generally take care of the ball so well. 50 to shoot. Harden-Hayes had himself a day here. Floats, hits, another. His first 2-point field goal of the game. And he's taking things over here for the Seahawks.
The Seahawks got a big 4. 4 guys that are super talented offensively showing up here today. And the pressure.
Break up, Phillips. Shaquem Phillips for 2.
Meet the traveling trio. The thrill seeker, the soul searcher, and ahoy, it's the explorer. Each helping to protect their money with Chase. Whoa, a lost card isn't keeping this thrill seeker down. Lost her card? Not the vibe. The soul searcher is finding his identity and helping to protect it. Oh yeah, the explorer. She's looking to dive deeper, all while Chase looks out for her. Because these friends have Chase, Alerts that help check, tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Malik Harden-Hayes, coach, has taken this game over for UNCW.
And he's done it from long distance, and here he uses his size, backing down, shooting over Williamson, the smaller defender. And then here's the pressure. Here's the Seahawk identity. Create the turnover, get out and go.
Forgotten all about that rough first half when he had the 2 fouls and only played 3.5 minutes. The student section at Trask has been awesome. Kids are on spring break, but plenty of students showing up here today.
And I love that. It is spring break, but that's not stopping them from coming out for this pivotal CAA game, try to get their team to double bye in the CAA tournament, and send the seniors off on a good note. Harden, Hayes, Phillips, they're playing like this is their last game in Trask Coliseum and wanting it to be a special memory.
Seahawks have lost 2 straight and 3 of 4. Keep in mind, back in February, they were 10-3 in the CAA, had the head-to-head tiebreaker with Charleston. They've done so well against the Cougars this year. And the bottom fell out a little bit with a few losses. But you're right, the best version of the Seahawk team, assuming they win here today and get that 4th seed, they're going to be dangerous in D.C.
When you play a pressing style, you got to be boiling hot. 212 degrees is boiling. If you're 210, it doesn't work. Today, the Seahawks are boiling hot.
I bet you used that, didn't you, in one of your speeches for maybe 100 or so?
Yeah.
I like that. 212, that's awesome. Thompson, nice take for 2. Not 210, 212.
It does. Water won't boil at 210.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got to be 212.
It's got to be 212.
The Seahawk defense, they're not going to create turnovers unless they're boiling hot. They're boiling hot today.
They sure are.
And they weren't in those last 2 games. Coach Siddle will tell you.
Harden-Hayes had a block. Wow. Rejection. Thompson, 8 to shoot, never got to the rim. Here's Phillips with 5 on the timer. Shaquem Phillips going to step back on senior day. Can't click. Thompson on the rebound. Contact foul. Harden-Hayes. And Thompson does have a double-double. Another 10 rebounds for the Super Tiger.
And you talk about leadership. UNCW on a huge roll. Thompson quiets the crowd, gets a bucket. Then he finishes a defensive rebound. And like we said, on top of it, he cooks for his teammates. He mentors the freshmen. He goes to the softball and field hockey games. What does Thompson not do?
Football yet. He's thinking about pursuing pro football. How about that? May's been silent since a really good first half. Misses that one from me.
Is he really? Because he could do it.
Yeah, he told us that this year. He's thinking about pursuing professional football.
If he bulks up, boy, he looks like he could
pass rusher.
Yeah.
Defensive end touch. I mean, Moai Cox did it, right?
That's
From
right.
A10 VCU.
Bunch of people.
Been done. Harden-Hayes. Not this time. The grip almost over the back. Another rebound. 11th board for Thompson.
And leading the break, giving the guards respite from handling this relentless Seahawk pressure.
Not over yet. Heading to the 4-minute media timeout. It's a big possession for the Tigers here. Thompson spin cycle. Blanketed by McGriff. Help Harden-Hayes. Rotation steal. Phillips. Shaquem Phillips for 2.
That was a delayed double team that worked so well.
Did it ever. Seal Jones through the trees, hits a tough shot.
These Tigers, no cliche, these Tigers are not going to change their stripes.
No.
They're going to keep going inside. They're going to keep being physical.
It's only 8. A lot of basketball left for Wilmington. White, watched by Jones, who's physical. The lean in. Fall away, way short. Another rebound for Thompson, give him 12 boards today. Lowry runs the floor nicely, can't lay it in. Looking to follow it up, that's out of bounds. And we got a timeout in the campus on the coast.
Delayed double team, and then Phillips rotates, takes away the closest pass, gets the pick 6 to put the Seahawks up 8.
Fast Twitch Energy Drink. Feel the energy. Find your speed. With 200 milligrams of caffeine, 0 sugar, and electrolytes. Start fast with Fast Twitch. How Gatorade does energy.
Oh, Hot Pockets Deli Witch, off you go to skate parks and school plays, art class and snow days, wherever kids need to be. Does my son have basketball at 3? Kids sure love you. This we know. Hot Pockets Deli Witch, just pack and go.
Hello, welcome to T-Town. Like men over 40 everywhere. These guys experience a drop in testosterone. Don't worry, it happens to all of us. Some guys took my advice about how to boost their testosterone, and some didn't. This guy got the message loud and clear.
That's right, Nugenix Total T.
Nugenix Total T is the unique patented formula powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to boost free testosterone, to help you feel stronger, leaner, with more muscle and drive. Nugenix is #1 doctor recommended, #1 at GNC, and #1 at Walmart. But you can only get your complimentary bottle by texting TIE to 321-321.
Thanks. It'll make you feel like a new man. And by the way, she'll like it too.
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text TIE to 321-321. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat incinerator ever. Absolutely free.
Hi, I'm John Fiorentino, inventor of the Moon Pod, a breakthrough in therapeutic relaxation that's changing the way the world sits. Moon Pod's zero-gravity technology helps to eliminate back pain, stress, and anxiety by responding to every inch of your body. And now, with the new Crescent Backrest and Lunar Leg Lift, MoonPod will take you to relaxation levels that you've never felt before. Experience the difference at moonpod.co.
All right, Doctor, let's switch to easy mode for the Geico play of the game. And Malik Harden-Hayes has been awesome today, John.
Big time shot. The 4-point play, he converts the free throw after this. And that's a big difference between an 8-point lead and a 4-point lead. Harden-Hayes making a memorable play on his senior day.
Way shot his career best, had 31 against Stony Brook. That probably won't happen today, but he has been spectacular and a big reason Seahawks have an 8-point lead.
CAA coaches have been telling me, watch out for Harden-Hayes. He's so talented, he'll be ready to break out. There's the tournament profile for UNCW. 20 wins.
Win at Kentucky, spectacular. It's looking better and better.
And how?
Here's May. Misfires. Jones trying to track down a loose change. Thompson does, but an official timeout here. White shaking up. Uh-oh. Slow to get up. Let's see what happened here, John.
Yeah. Looks like this could be painful. It looks like going through a screen, he might have got a knee to the thigh. That's tough.
Stays out there. Inbound for May, who's been just silent in the second half. Great adjustments, half-court defense for the Seahawks and their staff. Tark's had a really tough day offensively, and he's fouled on the way to the basket. 0 for 10 from the field. And 0 for 6 from 3 for Tark so far. St. Louis, Rhode Island will be streaming on the CBS Sports app, cbssports.com. Get you out there as soon as we can. This game wraps up here in Wilmington, North Carolina. You'll be able to find streaming free on the CBS Sports app at cbssports.com/CBSSN as soon as it tips off. And we'll head there immediately after this game is over.
KJ Jenkins checks into the lineup for UNCW. Substitution,
Hodge out for now. And Tark one more free throw here for the Tigers.
Harden-Hayes with his 4th foul, but not much time left. You don't need anyone resting on the bench now or saving them.
Not the numbers. Ned is going to remember him. A very effective player in a lot of different roles for Pat Scarry, the Coppin State transfer who enrolled at Nicholls State, never actually took a class or attended even got to the campus, but some NCAA eligibility issues, had to sit out quite a few games. But since he's been a Tiger, it's been awesome for Pat Skerry. Phillips and company taking their time with 10 on the timer. Harden Hayes stumbles. Lowry blocks it. Foul call.
Towson personal, number 24, Nipitar. The second.
Fouls on Nipitar.
Teams
9 team fouls in the second half for Towson.
So Harden Hayes missed 6 games due to injury in the middle of the season. You see the knee brace on his right knee. And I have to say, this is the most explosive. Obviously, he's shooting it well, but he's moving with a burst I have not seen as of late. Really bodes well heading into the CAA tournament.
Well, Charleston has wrapped up the regular season with a win over Hofstra today. Berzovic had 18 points. Burnham had 8. Policelli had 11. Kobe Rogers 11, and Rain Smith, guess what, Coach? 6 more threes for the top-seeded Cougars. Man, are they playing great. 9 straight wins for them. So what's at stake? Who is going to be the 4th seed? That's the question. There was a chance for Towson with a win and a Drexel loss. Drexel plays at 4 Eastern, just getting started now in their game. Let's wrap up the regular season. Could have been the 3 seed, but a loss means they'll be the 5 for sure. And UNCW will gladly take the 4 seed in the double bye. But a lot of basketball left here. Williamson feeds Thompson. Gathers and scores. Tough shot off the glass.
Beautiful pick and roll defense. The screen is well defended, and the rim is open just enough for Thompson to finish.
Only a 4-point game. 90 seconds fading, second half clock here.
This is shy time. They're going to give him space. No screen. They're just going to let him go.
Watch by Tart. Phillips, pump fake, leans in, scores. Timeout. Coach Giannini saw that all the way. It was an ISO, and Phillips converts. Timeout.
Nice ride.
It's the real deal.
It's the real deal.
Yeah. Thank you.
Of course. Enjoy your coffee. Careful, it's hot.
Thanks.
Your dog's so cute.
Yeah.
Ooh, so adorable. Wow.
Right.
There's only one Christopher Walken and only one ultimate driving machine. The rest are just imitations.
Come on.
The St. Louis Rhode Island game is underway, now available streaming free on the CBS Sports app or at cbssports.com/CBSSN. We'll get you out there as soon as this game is over here in Wilmington, North Carolina. Dave and the coach, our entire crew, and you said it, Coach, a moment ago, shot time.
Late in the game, UNCW is going to Phillips for good reason. Not only is he a good scorer, and look at the shot fake, the feel for the game, and the poise, but he's also one of the best decision makers in America. The 4th best assist to turnover ratio in all the country. So if the double's coming, they trust him to make the pass, the right decision. If they don't double, they trust him to get the bucket. Shy time.
Williamson, just over a minute to go. Tejada, way short, would have been a big 3. Williamson scoops up the Blues change and puts it in for Towson with a minute to go in the second half. What a play by the redshirt freshman. We've got a timeout. 4-point game in Wilmington, North Carolina. Back in a moment.
This will be a gold mine of local intel, just you wait.
Right. So tell us about this corn festival.
Oh, you got your corn pudding, you got your corn chowder.
So is it safe around here?
Sometimes.
If a family of 8 were to need a cold plunge, where would they find it?
Oh, then they dip it in butter and bam, it goes right.
Really cute vampire bar, like
The Reverend does like a blessing on the corn.
Donut shops. How far from here?
no eyebrows?
Think of how light it'll feel in the summer. We gotta run. 11,000 more neighborhoods to go.
Ding dong.
Homes.com.
64-60, 58 ticks to go, but Coach Pat Skerry's out of timeouts. What's he thinking about here in this break?
Relentless pressure, full court, a desperation press, try to get the turnover. If you don't, I would play solid in the half court. There's plenty of time left. Go for the stop. Remember, fouling against the #1 free throw shooting team in the CAA may not be a good idea. Now, look at this. Great job putting your people at half court. Give them more room to get open.
Pressure the inbounds play. Phillips in some trouble in the corner. Does call timeout.
Seahawks call timeout.
Nice trap. Means we'll take another 30-second timeout. We're back in half a minute.
There's your biggie bag. All that food for $5, right. That's my go-to.
Ooh, that's my ride or die.
Just like you and me. Bag boys. Bag boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
Go biggie and get all this with the JBC for just $5.
Where'd you learn to serve?
Oh, I didn't serve, but if your spouse, parent, or grandparent served in the military, you can join USAA.
Yeah, my grandpa did, so I'm already in, but I was talking about your serve.
Oh.
USAA, for the military community.
All right, inbounds play challenge, trap in the corner, John, and the timeout called by Takeo Siddle. We're in the same situation, more pressure from Towson here?
Absolutely. And it's interesting, UNCW is changing their press break a little bit, but I do like, so many teams line up at the free throw line, but UNCW, look at how much room they're giving Phillips to get the ball. I bet Phillips is the one they really want to get it, because being last, he's the least likely, but he also has the most room to get open. For Towson, just try to get the turnover. You could play straight up defense. Don't foul the best shooting free throw team in the CAA quite yet. Yep, there's Phillips. He's the first option, but it's not open.
It's Jenkins, double team. Harden Hayes for White. Thompson is back, and a hard foul right in front of the Seahawk bench.
This will be a judgment call by the officials. So, was it excessive or unnecessary? So you can make an argument. See, the problem is the left arm wrapping around the body. Yeah, the right hand going for the ball is fine, but the left hand in the grab, but the officials not taking, the more dramatic call and keeping the game more in the player's hands. I like it.
10th foul, 2 free throws here on in for UNCW, 1 more for White. There's money from the free throw line. 9 of 10 in this game, 15 points. So he and Harden Hayes, team leaders, scoring for the Seahawks today with 15 apiece.
So if it's a 6-point game as it is, I favor looking for a 3. We'll see if they have a pet play to get a 3 here.
No timeouts. Williamson runs the show. Time bringing on Towson. Here's May, elevates, can't hit the 3. But there's Thompson with another follow.
Beautiful play to get an open 3. Thompson's rebounding effort narrows the gap a little bit, but boy, they wanted that 3. Terrific job getting a 3 when the other team knows you need one.
17 points, 14 boards for Thompson. Foul on the backcourt. And Hodge will head to the free throw line on the other end.
Hodge only 61%. A lot of pressure on the young player, Hodge. Just the put back after the terrific job getting the open 3. Everyone in the building knew they were going to go for a 3, but the play design gets them an open look. Thompson cleans it up.
4 double-doubles, partner, for Charles Thompson last 8 games and 8 now in the year. With his great effort today, Hodge, 1 more free throw. You're right, just 61.8% entering play here today from the free throw line for Nolan Hodge.
Gutsy by the sophomore. He's got a high upside, by the way. I could see him having a breakout year next year as a junior.
A lot to replace. Some big stars in this year's roster moving on. Phillips, 4-year player, one of the best Takeo Siddle's ever been around, he's told us. Never misses a meeting. Always up for practice. Works hard every time. They're going to miss him here in Wilmington. Williamson trying to leave that there for Thompson, who gathers, but he can't hit. Great pressure as soon as he had the ball. And a foul called to the baseline. Oh, things get ugly. Watch out. Watch out. It got chippy after the whistle. Let's see. Thompson involved here, coach, with Hodge. Yeah. Oh, that was a headbutt. That's got to be it. The officials have not looked at the video yet, but in my opinion, that's a DQ. You can't headbutt somebody, coach.
No.
That's not okay. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he can't do that.
They have not gone to the video yet, so the officials have not seen what we just saw twice. And now they will sort this all out. Fans have seen it on the scoreboard above head, and they're all waving goodbye to Charles Thompson.
Yeah,
if that's an F2, which I believe it will be, he'll be ejected.
You're right about the headbutt. Can't do that. Hodge did get in his face, but the headbutt's inexcusable. And here's Hodge talking to McGriff, really being a good leader, trying to separate things.
See the definitions of flagrant 1 and flagrant 2, and I think that would be pretty much textbook with excessive, severe, or extreme contact. Now the ball was not
unusual.
live there.
Like you just don't see that.
The ball was dead.
Right.
That is definitely excessive. So let's see if the officials agree with us. 22.9 to go. If it's an F1 or a common foul, I can't imagine it's common. That'll be just his third, but I think that's going to be F2.
And that's the best view right there where you clearly see it.
It's emotional. He's frustrated. They wanted this road win badly for the
there it is.
4th seed, and that's too much. That's too bad because Thompson, John's had a great game. 17 points, 14
and he's had such a great career. And Hodge, frankly, instigated it, but you can't respond that way. You just can't respond with a headbutt, you know, if someone wants to have words with you.
Thompson has led the Tigers in rebounding 8 straight games, including today.
And it's so out of character for Thompson.
Yeah, for sure. Tops in the CAA in defensive rebounds per game. And averaging a double-double plus in the last 8 with another big game here today. Officials will check it out here, and let's see what they think, because that's all that matters. I mean, our opinions are important, Dr. John. But
to who?
To us, I guess. Good question. To whom? Is the question. All right, lengthy meeting here, Coach. In your opinion, because the ball is the crew here, because the ball was not live,
right?
Does that disqualify the headbutt? I mean, the headbutt's a headbutt.
Yeah, I think a headbutt is a serious thing. It's something that, frankly, I haven't seen one this year.
Back to the video. 22.9 to go. It's just a 2-possession game. The game is not over by any stretch here. So the crew going back to video again. Keith Fogelman, J.W. Lucas, Anthony Franklin. And we'll have a conference after checking the video again. Get you out to A-10 basketball as soon as possible when this one ends here in North Carolina. Great A-10 and Mountain West basketball coming your way on CBS Sports Network tonight. Why is it taking so long, Coach, in your mind?
Boy, that's, you know, I've never worn the striped shirt, and obviously they want to get it right. They might be debating a double technical, if not a flagrant, for Hodge for instigating.
That's a good point.
Yes.
That's a good point. Hodge definitely was involved. Now there's the slap, right? That was too much. And then he shoves and then comes back at him.
I think they're trying to sort it out. I wouldn't be surprised to see a dead ball technical on Hodge and a flagrant on Thompson for the retaliation.
Could be a technical on Nolan Hodge and then an F2 on Charles Thompson. So a lot to sort out, and we'll get word here officially in a moment. Get a clarification from our crew here in Wilmington. Multiple fouls. And Dr. John will get the whole thing for you, but Charles Thompson has been ejected with an F2. We also have 4 free throws coming up. There's a lot to unpack here. This is a lengthy definition. And I'm glad my broadcast partner is a PhD.
Yeah, it's
all right. Did you get all that? Let's go.
Yeah,
Doctor, let's hear it.
It's first a common foul on Thompson, and then a technical on Hodge, as we just predicted.
Right.
And then, as you predicted, a flagrant 2 on Thompson. He's ejected.
Okay.
There will be 4 free throws.
Wow. That was a lot to unpack, and that was a lot to review from our crew here. So the head coach is clearly Pat Scarry is displeased. Get the explanation. Thompson is done. Hodge is not. Tech on Hodge. F2 on Thompson. And he's done. And the Trask Coliseum crowd has seen Charles Thompson for the last time. Arch rivals. Dr. John's getting further definition here. Double-double for Thompson.
Yep.
All right, Coach, what else did you learn?
It's what we just said, but just reaffirming 4 free throws for UNCW and the ball.
Wow.
So something significant here, unlike college football, an ejection does not necessarily mean that you're suspended for the following game.
Great point. Targeting, right? Yeah. Happens in the second half. You miss the first half of the next game, even if it's next season.
Yeah. So that is a silver lining maybe for Towson.
Tough. They had a chance at the 3rd seed. They're going to have the 5th seed. It would appear now down 8 with 22.9 to go.
So here's something interesting.
Yes.
As 4-5 seeds, these teams could see each other in the quarterfinals. We could have a three-peat of this.
Another one. Tejada on the other end shoots for Towson and does have, I believe, his first point of the second half. And a quiet day for Tyler. 3 points in the game. 3 rebounds for the fantastic Frosh. And Towson. Good shooter's touch. So it looks like the Seahawks will end their 2-game losing streak. And get that 4th seed for the tournament coming up.
How about Coach Siddle? We talked about it in the opening. After that disappointing loss at home to Hofstra. Hofstra's an outstanding team, but UNCW had lost 2 in a row. They almost never lose at home. He said publicly in the press conference 4 different times, we're going to win Saturday. And
Joe Namath-like.
Exactly.
For those of our listeners old enough to remember the guaranteed Super Bowl 3, right?
And it had a positive impact on his team. I don't mind it at all. As I said earlier, coaches tell their teams that privately all the time. What's wrong with saying it publicly?
Well, the rebounding number was plus 16 for Towson, and something that Takeo Seal told us today, he wanted to be tougher. He wanted to out-rebound the Tigers and be better in the half court with offensive execution. The offense, very good. The rebounding numbers aren't great, but they were very tough today against an always tough Towson team. So what was at stake? We know that the Tigers, with that Drexel loss, that doesn't look likely against Northeastern. They have a big lead in that game. They needed a win, though, bottom line.
So if Drexel wins, we could see this matchup again in the CAA tournament
awesome.
next week.
That would be awesome. That would be good. Drexel, a 7-point lead now. Bill Cohen's team's closed the gap a bit in the first half against the Dragons. Monmouth beat Elon. Charleston, we talked about, beat Hofstra and Tyler Thomas. And William & Mary knocked off Hampton. Hampton had won 3 in a row. Entering that game with the Tribe today. Lots of free throws at the end of this game with all the tech and ejections. And in the end, Phillips does have 14 points. 5 of 6 from the line. Tejada. It's a miss. Newby the rebound. Phillips on senior day can celebrate with a dunk. Exclamation point in his final home game at Trask.